Hello folks, I'm Dave's Donut. We are doing the quest introduction, which is in woods. I popped over near a lake somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where I am and I'm lost for a few minutes. I popped in with a Comtech 2's Untar helmet, baklava, security vest, a VKBO army bag, an SB2 body armor, a VPO 136, all the normal meds, a splint, painkillers, tourniquet, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a little bit until my next engagement, whether that be like looting something or shooting at someone. So I'm going to talk about the value of the items I have on my person. 2 Comtech 2 headsets are needed for the quest hot delivery. You can buy them from Ragman level 2 for 2 sets of classic matches. I have the very blue Untar helmet, which is required for 2 quests. It's required for humanitarian supplies and peacekeeping mission, both from Peacekeeper. Ragman level 2 also sells these for 2 anti-fragmentation glasses. The security vest is needed for the Punisher Part 4. The VPO 136, you can use it to craft an AKM assault rifle, and you can get one from Skier for a salty dog beef sausage. The RGD5 really just goes boom, it doesn't do anything else. But you can craft them using grenade fuses and TP200 TNT, and you can acquire them at Prepper level 2 for a fluorescent bulb. Immobilizing splints are used to craft the Survive 12 surgical kit. That is hard for me to say for some reason. The aniline painkillers can be used to craft morphine injectors on MedStation level 2, and they also can be purchased by a barter from Therapist level 1. You can just purchase them for money as well. I guess a lot of things can be purchased for money, but they don't say that on the wiki. That'll be something I'm going to slowly add as time goes on, as I create my own notes. The S-March tourniquets, you need 5 for MedStation level 2, and they're used in the craft for salweas on a level 1 MedStation. I use this as kind of a hack, if you will. I use salweas to use up car medkits, because you can buy car medkits faster than you can buy salweas without a barter. So you use up the car medkits to the point where they're almost gone, and then you use them to craft salweas. I find it to be, I think it's saving money. I don't know if it actually is. The AI2 medkit can be used to craft a pile of meds on MedStation level 2, and you can use it to create an XTG-12 antidote injector also on MedStation level 2. AI2 medkits are really good for a quick heal. They don't have very much on them, and they won't full heal certain body parts, but they are good for like a quick burst. We're about to hit a ground cache. I don't normally loot them anymore because they're not consistent, but in this case I ran right into it. So Alkali, you need 2 of them for nutrition unit level 2, and you need 2 for the quest Spa Tour level 7. So the long and flat screwdriver has 2 trades. It has one for mechanic level 3 for an FN Scar H, and it also has a trade from max level Yaeger for RBPSP2 key, which I assume is on reserve. You should always keep one because it's a crafting tool for many things. You need one for an AK-74 60 round clip. You need one for a broken G-phone. You need one for a military circuit board, a Bulbex cable cutter, which, you actually consume it for the Bulbex cable cutter. And you need it for a microcontroller board. And then you need it for a bunch of arena unlocks. You need it for an unlock equipment crate, I should say. A supply crate, a valuables crate, a weapon crate. So there's just a whole bunch of uses. You should always have at least one. You need 15 small Tushonkas or can of beef stew for the quest general wares. You can also trade 3 for an AKM at Prepper level 1, and at Prepper level 2 you can trade it for an RPK 16. You need 3 of them for that one as well. If you would like a military checkpoint key, you need 2 tech manuals, 4 bottles of vodka, and 2 cans of beef stew for him being Jaeger level 2. You can craft them on nutrition unit level 1 for a can of beef stew, the large one, a can of squash spread, and rye croutons, and you'll make 2 of them. Also on nutrition unit level 1, You can craft Iskra ration packs using a can of squash bread, the small can of beef stew, and army crackers. The door kicker had no other value other than just looking cool. So if you want to use this for a point of reference, we're right near the car extract, which was right on my left. And I think I used that to figure out where I was because I had to basically run west, kind of southwest, I guess, to go down and find Sniper Hill. Sniper Hill leads me to Lookout Rock, which leads me to the plane crash, which will lead me right to Yaeger's camp. It's kind of amazing. All this grass is gone in the current patch of the game, but the game runs so much better now than it does at the moment in the new stuff because they added all that snow and the snow drifts and they changed the engine. It's minorly annoying. I can't wait until they fix it. It's not long now, maybe another 30 seconds and I'll see the plane. Gotta keep frosty. I just looked at it for a moment, but I just saw the plane, so I'm just kind of running like southeast of it, hoping I find the next marker. I'm not really good at predicting where shooting is yet. It sounds like it's either straight north or like a little bit northwest, or I guess it would be like west, northwest. Worst part about woods is it is probably the most amount of running. I know Lighthouse is pretty long from north to south, but this map is just, I don't know, it seems pretty big anyway compared to the other ones. I know that the letter is to my left. I guess it'd be behind me, but I just am paranoid that somebody will be camping near the plane. I've never had that happen, but I guess it's possible. So here's the note. Now we just gotta get to the extract and not die. I'll go check the plane real quick. I don't think there's anything on it. Sometimes there's some decent loot. I guess you can get loot along the crash as well. Sometimes there's stuff in the wreckage. So now the goal is to really just get out. I got to get over to Outskirts or ZB14 if it's open. Being careful, that's going to take me at least 7 or 8 minutes. I'm going to go around the lumber mill on the north side, try and stay away from it so I don't get in, visual view of so that anybody can take shots at me and that sort of thing. There used to be a bug, I guess, where the bosses in there would just take pot shots at you from very far away and possibly hit you. They really don't seem to do that anymore. So I use mapgenie.io and that rock is called Lookout Rock. I feel like I got shot at, so I start running in further and further. I'm not sure if I actually did or if it was just a zip. Oh. I'm so glad he was far away. It made it so I could stand a chance with a non-automatic weapon against somebody with something way better than me. This whole wipe is based around people having better stuff than I do because I started so late. It's not exactly a hardcore run because, when they do hardcore, they intentionally only barter, which I don't want to do. I don't feel like that would be fun at all. I don't feel like I play the game enough to need that type of outlet to keep playing the game. Plus, I'm not streaming the game, so I don't need to constantly create content 40 hours a week. At least not yet, anyway. I'm not ruling that out. Right now, I lose a lot of time to editing, which, once you're big enough, I guess you pay someone else to do that for you. I'd argue editing takes way more of my time than playing the game does, unfortunately. So this guy had a GSSH active headset, which you can get from Ragman level 1 for 3 toilet paper. He had an SB47 helmet, which you need 2 for the quest. One moment. hot delivery, and you also need it for Punisher level 5. The scav has an SKS, a lower half mask, one of the brown A2607 knives, an SB3TM armored rig, a hand grenade, and bullets, HP bullets for his SKS. Actually, I'm a dumbass. I had the grenade already. I took most of the stuff the scav had. There's no way I'm taking the SKS for that other gun the PMC had. So back to the PMC, he had a PACA, which you need for the quest Punisher Part 5. I think you have to wear it, and you need it for balancing Part 2. You can actually trade 3 half masks for PACA soft armor at Ragman level 1. You can turn the PACA soft armor into aramid fiber fabric using laboratory level 1. The Remington Model 700 is needed for the quest Gunsmith Part 21. You also need to kill Sturman with it, with a scope, for a hunting trip. The Taz Simonoff SKS 7.62x39 carbine can be turned into weapon parts. I wasn't sure if that was at me, so obviously I'm acting like it was, even though I'm not positive of that. You need 7 half masks for Punisher Part 2. And as I said earlier, you can trade 3 half masks for a PACA at Ragman level 1. The wood-handled Bars A2607 95KH18 knife is needed for Punisher Part 4. You need 5 of them. You can trade them for an HK MP5. It's pretty cheap too, you only need 2 of them. You need the fulcrum bayonet as well, which is how they hold you up. Otherwise, that'd be super simple. I usually just get it and sell it because I don't like not being able to use a sight at all. You can put sights on things right out the gate. The knife is also needed for a laboratory level 2 craft for paracord. So a wound from the PMC started bleeding again, so I have to fix it using my AI2 medkit. This was before the complete heal thing, so I have to manually click each time, but the AI2 is pretty fast. The SB3TM rig doesn't have any other special purpose other than being a rig and being basically armor as well. There are 2 barters for it from Ragman level 2. You can trade 2 damaged ones for a new one, and you can buy a new one using 3 chainlets and an antique teapot. And that's pretty much it. The ammo, the 7.62 HP ammo, doesn't have any other purpose other than killing your enemies. I think I'm looking at checkpoint right now, so I just go out wide. I'm really paranoid because I cut actually even further away. I've gotten killed by scavs here quite a bit because it can be hard to see with all the high grass and such. They can just hide. Plus, it's really not that far from the lumber mill. I'm kind of excited. This will be the earliest I've ever gotten a video done. Usually, I end up getting it done sometime Sunday night, but right now, I probably will have it done here by like 1 o'clock, which is awesome. Getting better at the flow of editing is huge because using Resolve, figuring out the things that you need to do and what order you need to do them in isn't always apparent. Like, for example, I was doing video editing early on, but in reality, I probably should just do cuts, you know, get rid of stuff that I don't need in the video, and then doing the audio whenever that can happen. Because once you start adding changes to the video, like I don't think I've really changed this video at all. I haven't tried to light it up or make it look any better because it's a nice sunny day. I really can't lose, right? But normally, you know, you're going in and out of buildings, which requires changing the light. I guess it doesn't require it, but anything I can do to make it easier on the viewer if they're considerate enough to watch this deep into the video. Well, the minute you change anything in the video, Resolve wants to make a cache of the new video file. The biggest problem is the cache is huge and it can take like an hour sometimes on the equipment I have to do the cache. It's so big that I can't transfer it easily back and forth between my laptop and my desktop. It just creates weird challenges. I basically lost all my extra time during the week messing around with, you know, what's the best way to do this stuff. I guess I need to write it down and have a path, you know. I'm not really creating scripts yet. I do create an outline so that I know all the items that I've received, but I don't really script it, which, you know, has its ups and downs. I mean, it sounds more real, I guess, when it's not scripted. But then scripted content will probably do better, I would assume, because it sounds way more consistent. What's the balance, I guess? Most Tarkov videos I watch have a brief scripted bit, and then it's just them playing the game and talking to their chat usually. Anyway, that was just an aside because I had like 3 minutes till I got here. Anyway, thanks for listening. I know it has nothing to do with actually playing Tarkov. So I got an MRE ration pack, which you need 5 for the quest humanitarian supplies. There's also a level 2 Jaeger trade for basically repairing your factory emergency exit key. You need an old key, an Iskra ration pack, and an MRE ration pack, and then he'll give you a full key, which that's nice, I guess. They really kind of ruined that key. Now it's only down to 20 charges. If you use it in customs, it takes 2 charges just to get from one side to the other. Not that you'd ever do that anymore, because in the new patch they created a cut through, so you really never ever probably need to use that key. I also got an AK Zenit PT1 Classica stock, which doesn't have any special purpose. I mean, it's pretty nice. I think the PT3 is technically better. All right, so we're in the home stretch. Here in a minute, I think I see Scav House. And there it is. So now the last 2 minutes are boring. I just kind of run around and go around the backside so they don't aggro any scavs. And I remember this being a really fun raid because, you know, I got a quest done instantly. The next video is going to be a lot more tedious. I've got to compile a bunch of videos. It took me a very long time to finish the next one, Easy Money Part 1. I'm hoping it's not too bad, but there's a lot of cuts, so there's going to be a lot of editing on the tail end. And here we are, GG. Not bad, 1900 XP. I was talking so much trash after I killed him because he's level 37 with a gun that's way better than mine. It was his own fault though. He was stationary. Like, what are you gonna do? He's sitting in one place, not even leaning or anything. I guess he could have got lucky and the bullet split on me. So I already had most of the items for acquaintance, which is good. I really just need the large stews, which you have to find in Raid. There's no craft in this version of the game. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. It's really awesome if you watch this much of the video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.